So I am. Yeah.
How much of an added struggle does it mean to be from a non-English speaking country to try to get a career in?
Can everybody hear that?
He said how much of a struggle it was being from a non-English speaking country and having a career in the UK. Very hard. I still can't get rid of my accent. People just got used to it, and now that's it. I think it takes a lot of determination. I still have it. With age, certain things get harder. So I'm glad I did the step here when I did it. I was 31 at the time, and I was full of beans. That's the English expression. See, I can do this really well. And yeah, so it was very hard, but very, very rewarding, because you sacrifice a lot for your dreams and for the stuff you want to achieve. And when they happen, it's really good. It's really rewarding. So yeah, here I am since 2005, with a little bit of a hiatus for the past 3 years, but I'm here now, so yeah. Hope I've answered your question.
Sallay, can I ask you, just beautiful performance, really, really exquisite. And I was just wondering, how do you approach the role? Because she's quite iconic, Mary Magdalene. And obviously, you know, you're a wonderful singer-songwriter, but how did you approach it as an actress?
I took two approaches. I researched the bejesus out of Mary Magdalene and looked at every possible version of her story. And the most interesting thing about what we know of Mary Magdalene is that she didn't tell her story, much in the way that the Bible is a collection of people talking about Jesus, and none of the work that, and they're all saying, this is what he said. The same can be said of Mary Magdalene, that there's nothing in her hand that says this is who I am. And as a result, she's a very enigmatic, mysterious character, and yet very inspiring for people. There's been so many beautiful Renaissance paintings about her. The concept of her as a whore is a lie, that was kind of invented in the 16th century. And that was interesting because 2 years before this musical was written, the Vatican reneged on that. They actually printed a paper saying, Mary Magdalene, we actually made that up in 16 whatever, sorry guys. We know it's been several hundred years, but we hope you'll forgive us, right? Jesus isn't forgiveness yet. So, and then this musical was written, and I was like, what an amazing crossover point. And around that same time was a huge movement in civil rights, feminism, and some of the, so I was looking at it from a kind of a character that is enigmatic to all of us, but just represents femininity and how it's been treated throughout the ages. And then on the other hand, there was just the 70s soul singer and singer-songwriter, Joni Mitchell, Joan Baez, Carole King. So, and I love all of those women anyway and listen to their music anyway. So I just got to binge on what they were making at the time and watch videos of them performing, and the kind of elegance and strength and power that they express every night. And they were in with some of the greatest male songwriters of the time. So I was sort of, I think my Mary is still a bit enigmatic because she is an enigmatic character. But the beauty of the music in this show is that those songs allow all of those qualities, the femininity, the confusion. I mean, her song is called I Don't Know, and that kind of says it all. I don't know how to live it. So I just let the music do the talking, and hopefully that depth and mystery comes through.
It certainly does. I think we have time maybe for one or two more questions. Lady there.
Cardle, how do you feel playing an angry character after doing Wally and Huey in your last role?
Matt, how do you feel playing an angry character? Sorry, just in case people...
Do you know what? I was very glad of the challenge initially. I didn't quite realise to what extent it was going to take me when we started this procedure of going from rehearsal all the way through to opening night. because I'd never done that before. I'd only ever joined in and seen other people's versions of things, and so I mean, I'm angry about a lot of stuff, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? So joining that with you know, the genuine frustration of and Rob, such a beautiful portrayal of such a frail, broken man at the end of it, looking so bloodied. I think it's very easy to feel like killing him might not have been the right thing to do. So there's some frustration for you there, and just some, you know, just deep-seated anger that you can channel. Because let's face it, there's things that wind us all up. But no, the challenge was great, and obviously Tim and Joe, we've worked for weeks on this character, and it's very, very different from anything I've done before. But I'm relishing that opportunity and that challenge, you know.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
One more? The young ladies down there.
What is the hardest song to sing, to act, and to stage for you? I mean, you make it look so effortless. How?
Ricardo?
What's the hardest song?
The hardest song to sing. All of them. It's I think in my case I find them all a challenge, all of them, and I try to work from the beginning of the show, and I immerse myself song by song, number by number, scene by scene. That's it. There's no bigger secret. If I start thinking ahead about Superstar while I'm starting to sing Heaven on Their Minds, I'll have a nervous breakdown. So I'll have to take it step by step, achievement by achievement, scene by scene, reacting and acting with my fellow actors on stage, and that's it. That's my trick.
I think we do, ultimately, just to follow up on that quickly, is we do feed off each other in this show, and I think that's a very important element for all of us from beginning to end, and that is a big ingredient into us kind of, like you said, taking it bit by bit, and I think we do feed off each other quite closely, and that helps us get through it, because otherwise, like Ricardo just said, every song is so hard, really. It's so high, or like, you know, so intimate, or it's just, everything is, so much is happening. It's like a feast for you guys, but for us, we just have to take it as it comes.
There's something else as well, that this show is, again, because I've done quite a few versions of this show. This show is so technically demanding. The support you get from your fellow actors is very, very important. Our warm-ups, everything is constructed for this. It's like an oil tanker. Very, very hard to move. Once you get it going, it gets going and it builds up speed and it gets to its final destination. That's what it kind of feels like with this. That our warm-ups start all geared towards that. And the support that we get from each other is very, very important with that. That makes this a lot easier. Again, going into the style of this production, we're acting without acting. It's very, very difficult to ask an actor not to act. We're kind of vessels for the music, and with our creative team and guidance from Tim, which is exceptional, he's enabled us to do that. But you can quickly feel that you're disabled in some way if you think about the whole big project of Jesus Christ Superstar as a whole. It can disable you and be very, very disorientating and just huge. But as Ricardo rightly said, one actor at a time, one step at a time, with the support of our fellow colleagues, makes this an easier journey. And when it starts, you turn around and it's the end of Act 1, you think, wow, that came around very, very quickly. If you thought of it in any other way, it would be a huge mountain to climb and a very, very difficult, demanding show, which would be very, very stressful to you as an individual, as an actor, and vocally, because some of these songs are very, very difficult, particularly for Judas and Jesus.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. I'd just like to thank you all for staying and wish you all the very best for the rest